Andy. Cool. All right, welcome to another session, everyone. Who wants to recap what happened last week? Actually, no, I think Andy should be the one to recap last week. It's just, for no reason at all.
I can definitely do that. So last week, here, I can turn on my camera too. My hair is an absolute disaster because I slept on it wet, but we can ignore that.
Oh, bro, same, but not same.
But last week we, I believe, started off right after the. Did we start off
with the fight?
With the fight, yeah. We were in the middle of the fight with a bunch of the flaming sword cult slash gang slash bandit group. And we had basically split the party at one point, so we continued the fight that way. It actually went fairly well. We managed to reserve our resources okay. No one got too majorly hurt, except for maybe Sally, but she's fine. Afterwards, we managed to get a few dwarves surrendered. And we interrogated them using some intimidation tactics, aka Fenix summoned his flame sword, and pretended that he would definitely do anything with it that wasn't to an enemy currently attacking him. Hugo's back.
Hi, Hugo.
We're just doing recap. We got some information about the dwarf and the fact that they were just basically hired to distract us. Well, the dwarf goes back to the archaeological site and does something with the box. Concerned, we split the party and got half the party, the group of NPCs we'd met along the way, to bring the prisoners back to the city to be brought to the prisons or convergence or wherever they're going, while we head out to the archaeological site. We did so, taking some of these scholars' incense that Gwilric had to travel through the night. We all arrived at the archaeological site with a big sandstorm, which had kind of some swirling ghosts in it and stuff. It was really spooky. We proceeded to go into the archaeological site, hearing some chanting sounds. We decided to go investigate. Fenix called out a few times, but was not able to get the attention of the dwarf. Once we entered in, however, he seemed very elated that we had come to join him, as he opened up the box and a mask flew onto his face and bandages all over his body as he became some kind of mummy, and all the dead archaeologists, there's the word, thank you. All the dead archaeologists were raised as zombies that were fighting, and we entered combat. A big fight ensued in which Fenix proceeded to get his ass whooped several ways till Sunday, as he kept trying to leave the combat range, and the dwarf would just teleport back to him and smack him again. He went down twice in the fight. However, Dusty managed to keep him alive. And after the fight finally ensued with a bunch of crits, a bunch of fighting, and a lot of Gwilric and Caius whooping ass, Caius became enlarged, which also made Bellicus enlarged, which was kind of cool. And we proceeded to finally deal with the dwarf, though when he died, his face showed neither anger, sorrow, or anything else, simply just satisfaction, as at one point, someone failed his con save. Not sure who that could be. And may or may not be cursed. After the fight, Dusty proceeded to investigate the mask, and seemed to touch, reap, and sow to it, cracking the mask in half and dragging an unhappy pharaoh into his head as another companion, warning the party that he has two evil spirits and only one good, and thus he might need a new good spirit quickly. Fenix, on the other hand, was feeling like absolute garbage, and was barely standing at about 5 hit points, and proceeded to try to cast Detect Magic to see if there's anything else interesting in this area that might give us more clues as to who this spirit was. However, when he tried, his left eye began bleeding profusely, and he took a lot of damage, leaving him at 1 hit point. So that's about where we left off the session. Hi, Gabe. Did I miss anything?
Yes. No, I don't think you did.
That was rather thorough.
Poor Hugo.
He's trying so hard.
Yes. So you guys are all here. I'll even do this. Hold on, give me a second here. Still at the archaeological site, in the ruins and everything. Yeah.
Phoenix is just leaning on Pierrot, half dead.
Pierre's
More
so
than
tiny. This poor little fox.
You know what? Pierrot has more strength than Phoenix, I believe, so.
Hilarious.
Well, shall we get going?
Seeing the terrible shape that FedEx is in, I will.
Ulrich.
Sorry, you guys cut out for that.
Very good.
So we're taking a rest first?
What?
No, we should probably go. This place, something's weird with my magic here. I think it might be cursed or something in this place.
Yes. Let's be certain to set camp somewhere, though. We're gonna need to rest after using that incense.
Sounds amazing right now.
Well, we could probably go
But
find
he's just like hanging on Quillric's arm,
like a wet noodle.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we could probably go outside and find some of the stuff where the archaeologists left. They most likely had a camp before they got murderized.
We can make our way back towards what city?
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't see the big map. We can make our way back towards the city that we sent our friends to, and make camp somewhere along the way. Yeah, Miner's Dream City. That was what it was called.
Yep.
Why not just head right back to Darford?
Because we wanted to we need to tell Malark, and everyone else that the job's done, so they don't just stand around twiddling their thumbs.
I thought Malok and everyone. I thought they went to Darford.
No, they went to Miner's.
No, they went. Yeah, we convinced them to take the prisoners to Miner's Dream City as it's closest.
Oh, I thought they would take it to. They're pretty much the same distance. If anything, I would say from where we were, it would be faster to get to. Yeah, it's fast. It's the same distance to get to Darfur.
DM, did Malark's group establish which city they'd be going to?
They did not tell you. They said they would take care of things there where they were at, which was over here at the bandit camp.
Assumption would be they take them to Darfur because it has the pillar, and likely the prisoners will be dealt with on the convergence.
Oh. And if they're not over there, we can at least let the guild know that the job's done and that Malark and his companions did their part, so they'll get their share of the payout.
Is Eric quiet for anyone else?
A tiny bit, yeah.
He's soft but not quiet.
My mic got moved around, I guess.
It's all good.
Turn you up to 200%.
That's very weird because I'm a very loud person.
I mean, the only time you blow out the speakers is when you do your your rage horn trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
At least on my end.
So yeah, I guess we're gonna start traveling back towards Darkford, trying to get away from this archaeological site because there's some weird hoo-ha going on here. Darkford City, and make sure we camp once the sun starts going down.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Let's get out of here.
All right, you all start to leave. Where were you going? He goes, Minor Dream City, Drag 4, where are you going?
I think the consensus is Darkford City.
Okay. All right, you start heading that way. You get about to the road before you all start feeling extremely tired.
Okay, let's make camp. Oh.
I mean, can we even keep watch like this, or? Like, can we?
Should be able. We should be able to keep watch. Thankfully, that's not an intensive activity. But let's set up camp now, and I need to. It's gonna take some effort for me not to fall over right now.
Okay. Who's going first again?
That would be me.
All right. Dusty barely sets up a tent and just like almost sleeps under the stars of the sleeping bag.
Literally passed out, like, standing up.
Like, I knock into Phoenix and we just go into Domino's. And we just fall asleep.
As I'm
Phoenix
keeping watch.
Phoenix fell asleep while you guys were discussing watches.
I know, I go and say, Phoenix, time for bed, fall over, blump blump.
As I'm taking my first watch, I just take out my dagger and I just poke it very slightly into the palm of my hand, so it's just painful enough to register to help keep me awake.
Okay. That's gotcha. Unfortunately, so who's doing first watch? You said you are, Gloric?
Yep.
Unfortunately, hold on one second here. I gotta send this text message. Shy, give me 1 minute.
Oh great, we're not gonna be able to take watches, are we?
We'll be able to take watches. It's the same as it's still taking a long rest.
Yeah, well, DM started saying unfortunately, and that's never good.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna be able to take a rest. All of you are going to have to pass out together.
Oh, we can't do watches.
No.
Okay, yeah. That's fun.
So just everyone's passing out?
It's something that is what will happen.
Yep,
I guess so. It's either that or we suffer 3 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
God damn, why's everyone messaging me at work? Literally, like in the past 5 minutes, I've gotten 16 text messages. Hold on, I'm so sorry about this.
Are they trying to call you in or something?
No, they're not going to call me in. It's just we're getting 2 new people October 4th, so I have 4 people like panicking. They're like, "Oh my God, you have everything taken care of. You're missing this one thing. Where is it?" I'm like, "Relax. They don't come in for another 3 weeks, and they have it." Just military things, you know.
Gotcha.
When you come from basic training, they don't know you're an adult yet, so. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the phone for the rest of the day. So yes, you're all gonna take a long rest together. And right now, otherwise you will suffer the exhaustion, which I heard someone mention.
Yeah.
Show.
Technically, a long rest only has to last 6 hours. We can't take watches for 2 hours?
Well, it's not that you have to take it's a fact that the effects of the incense that's keeping you awake for so long is now causing you to fall asleep. It's not that you can't take watches, it's you are going to pass out.
Okay.
Which is what the incense does, because if you remember, it allows you to skip a long rest, but you have to take a long rest the next night no matter what. And so since you all took it at the same time, you're all going to pass out at the same time. Roughly.
Ever been awake for more than 24 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just feel the eyes, and as soon as you stop moving and you sit down, you're going to nod off. So keeping watch isn't something that is going to be viable unless maybe you were an elf with the 4-hour stuff. So you guys set up camp. Are you guys going to
Fenix doesn't even manage to get set up camp. He's passed out. He probably passed out as we were leaving the archaeological site, and
You guys do have the cart and everything, so you guys probably were nodding off in the back of the thing.
And I think Wilric he finds the sand surprisingly comfortable. I mean, he's got rough skin, tough skin. He's not going to be bothered by grittiness of sand.
Exactly.
Take that away, and it's basically like a large pillow.
Unless anyone had done anything with him, Fenix is passed out in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
He had 1 hit point. He's not conscious.
Well, so you all pass out more or less simultaneously. Some of you getting a sleeping bag down, other of you just laying in this cart still. It is an overall fun time.
Dogpile on Gwilrick as the giant pillow.
I'll make this. I need rolls for myself. Where's that chart at? Hold on a second here.
Concerning it all.
Roll yourself.
As you sleep, a Tarask burrows out from underground.
Yay, new puppy. Oh yeah, I gotta add him to passengers.
As you guys slumber away, the sandstorm peters off. Actually, it was petering off before you even got there. Technically, now that I remember the reason for the sandstorm. But there's still a bit of sand flowing in the wind, and as night settles and the coolness of night settles over you all slumber away, asleep. Each of you dream basically nothing, because it's like that blackout sleep. You know, it's not the pleasant sleep, it's the you will sleep. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it sleep. And you all wake up to find yourselves somewhat covered by sand, a little dehydrated, but overall fine. Maybe a crick in your neck or 3.
I feel like an airship landed on me. Fenix just covered in bruises.
I'm smacking the side of my head, trying to get sand out of my ears.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here? I don't remember anything past the fight.
Well, we put one foot in front of the other, or in the case of the draft animals there, 2 feet in front of the other 2. And then got to this point and fell over.
Noted. Ow, nodding my head hurts.
I'm pretty sure you fell over well before the rest of us.
Yep, that tracks.
Well, We got a long journey back. I think we should just get going.
Yep. Sleeping in the cart, not a great idea. Everything hurts.
At least we have goats. If we need to have some food, they're there.
They're donkeys, and no.
Either or. It's still meat.
No. We're not eating the donkeys.
Hmm? Well, let's get going then.
Does Phoenix have prestidigitation? He absolutely does not. Cool. Phoenix is just gonna try to wipe some of the dried blood off himself and like flake it off.
Do you need some help there?
Druidcraft?
What?
If you have Druidcraft, you could use that. That's basically Druid prestidigitation.
Do you need some help
I don't
there?
have. I don't believe I have Druidcraft either. No, I don't.
Phoenix, you need some help?
Sure. Yes. Why? What?
Prestidigitation.
Yes, that would be excellent. So I don't scare off the locals.
Yep, by prestidigitation, so that was mostly your blood, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Is your eye still fine?
I can see out it. It seems all right.
Did it
It's
look...
not bleeding anymore, but it still throbs in pain occasionally, like a very not often occasion.
Can you even tell if Phoenix is a black guy with how dark their skin is?
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
plausible.
Okay. There. Now you look presentable.
Thank you.
What'd you do?
Prestidigitated me.
Ah, nice.
Cleaned me up a bit. You know, from all my own blood.
Yeah.
Alright, let's head back to Darforg.
You all continue your way to the capital city. Getting there just as night settles once again. The road you traveled is not very busy at all. You've passed two groups of patrols of various members of both the Facette's personal guard and then the Pentecostal guard itself. They give you friendly waves. No one really stops you for anything. You all look, haggard. You've been out here. You've been in a couple fights. You guys, even your wagon looks well used. But for the most part, no one stops you for any reason.
Should we let the patrol know about the archaeological site?
We can report everything when we get back, I guess.
You guys arrive back at Dark 4 into the normal city that you guys have seen multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
However,
What do we do with the cart?
Oh, hold on. As you guys arrive to the city at the gates, there is someone standing at the gates seeming to be waiting for someone. And it's someone none of you recognize. Except for, of course, Caius, but he's not here. So hold on one second here. Pull up my NPCs. It is a pale orc with one arm.
Does this description that Caius gave me of the guy we're looking for who has information?
Yes, it does. Now, granted, the information didn't mention the one-armedness. That seems new. Actually, Andy, or Phoenix, give me a medicine check real quick.
Medicine.
So his left arm, the nub is bandaged up and everything, and the bandages seem new, but you can see bits of blood staining as if it's not fresh, but definitely not even 2 weeks old, or even a week old for that matter. Loss of limb. So it looks recent. You can see on the upper part of the arm toward the shoulder, you can see like the skin is like still heavily not used to the missing arm and things like that.
Caius, is that who I think it is?
He would tell you, yes, it is. And if he was here, some roleplay would happen, but we already went over it with him. And the gist of it is the two of them are going to start speaking to one another. And Caius would tell you all he would meet up with you guys later. So they're going to have a talk and for some alcohol inside the city. Kerber's overall demeanor seems defeated. He seems as if he's been through a lot of bullshit. And he would mention that he's heard that Caius was looking for him, and now he's finally here to talk about some stuff. And then when he mentions the person you guys are looking for, the commander and such, his face would like scowl, but also roll his eyes as if he's tired of hearing this man's name or something like that. So, and he would say he cut off all ties with him forever ago, but he'd be more than happy to talk to Caius alone.
Phoenix looks like he wants to intrude, but he wants to join, but he doesn't want to risk this guy not giving them information, so he kind of like holds his tongue.
Yeah. It comes down to the fact that you're not a Red House member and Caius is.
Oh yeah.
Because Kibber would mention there's some things that he can't talk about, but only Caius can know about because it's Red House secrets. So. And while Caius may trust you all, he doesn't. So.
Be safe, Caius.
No, I will. And he would, knowing Caius, he would make a joke saying he's never alone and like thumb over to his brother. That's my interpretation of reaction he would have. But yeah, so you guys are going to go into the back to Pentecost while he has that drink.
Did we see Lurik? Not Lurik. What's his name? It's Malark. Had an L in it. I knew it. Malark, Sally, or the Dragonborn that I'm not even going to try to say.
No, you do not see them anywhere in Dark 4.
All right, they must have gone to the other city.
Either that or they've already been through here.
True.
You might have technically been 3 days since you last saw them.
Yep.
So.
Those three looked like they could travel fast. There's like a line to go through the pillar, right? And bureaucracy involved.
Depending upon how you're going through, obviously if you're going through just by yourselves with no supplies, it's very quick. But if you do have supplies, it does take a while. Yeah,
well,
there are lines.
When we go through the basic bureaucracy, I will ask, if they've seen three people, and I described Sally, Fink, and Malark and Joe. Ask them if those three people like that have gone through.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay. Let's see. Persuasion. There we go. Making sure I didn't have advantage.
Oof.
He would look at you and just say, why you want to know?
Fellow guild members, just want to be sure.
He's like, Well, if they did come through, it wasn't on my shift, he says.
Fair enough.
Yes.
What do we do with the cart?
Do we have particular use for it?
I mean, where are we gonna leave it? We can't really just leave the goats, the donkeys here to fend themselves.
How do you think goats are pulling us on a thing? Do you know how small goats are?
Honestly, it's because I was doing a deep dive into mythology and I keep thinking about Thor's goat carriage.
Normal goats cannot pull a carriage. Goats are small and weak.
I know, I was doing a mythology thing with some friends yesterday and I was thinking, and Thor's goat carriage is in my head.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I guess we could sell it.
willing to look for somebody to haggle with.
Or we just surrender it to the guards.
We could sell it to the guards.
I don't think that's how it works.
Can I go to a guard? Hey, do you guys buy carriages or supplies that adventurers don't need?
You asking the guy like vetting you through?
I'm asking like if there's a guard around.
The guard would tell you. What do you say again? Say it one more time.
Do you guys buy stuff adventurers can't take back with them or can't afford to take back?
As you ask the guard this, he looks a little puzzled. Just the sheer randomness of the question, he'd be like, "Oh, well, I mean, if you're selling things, you could go to a pawn shop."
Do you know one around here?
This is still in Dark 4, right? Or are you back on Pentecost?
We're in Dark 4.
Okay, because you guys like in transition phase, so I'm just making sure.
Because we haven't gotten rid of the cart yet.
Right. He would thumb over to the south. He's like, well, there's Pete's place. He buys random shit all the time and sells random shit.
Okay, I take the carts to Pete's place. Wagon. Cart.
Because he wants to make sure the donkeys are taken care of well.
All right, you guys go south a few blocks, leaving your place in line. And eventually you would come across a small section of random stores. Most of them look the same, with various signs sticking out. And you see one that says, Pete's Pawn Shop.
I go into Pete's Pawn Shop.
I will join.
Cool. All of you enter the store. It almost reminds you of the pawn shop you guys were on Pentecost. Just a whole bunch of random things. No shelf looks like it has the same theme on it at all, with just things scattered around of random places. And there seems to be. How would you say?
Are there any interesting like potion components that I see?
We will get to that in just a moment. With Pete, or who you assume to be Pete, is at the counter, a human with brown hair wearing a nice little green tunic. And then sitting on the counter is a little girl next to him.
Good.
Who also has like brown hair.
Pete, I presume?
No.
Yeah, it's me. What can I do for y'all?
Would you like some donkeys and a wagon?
Would I like some donkeys and a wagon? How many donkeys?
2.
He nods. All right. Did you steal them?
Technically, no.
That works for me. Let's see here. He pushes himself away from the counter, and like lifts a little section of it to walk around. He sticks his hand out to shake your hand, Dusty. He's like, "I'm Pete. Can I see the donkeys and wagon?"
Okay, I lead him out to the donkeys and wagon.
Yeah. Be right back, Susie.
Considering my size, I stayed outside to stay with the wagon too.
Sure. When you walk that sign and sees Glowwork, you're like, oh, God. Scared the shit out of me.
I get that a lot.
Oh, it can talk. Donkeys. He like walks around you toward the wagon and donkeys. And he would look them over a little bit. Hold on 1 second here.
Also, before we leave, I would have asked Caius to turn in the bounty, because I think he still has the guy's head.
We can message him, ask about that after the fact.
Is it identifiable?
More or less. When just put a note on that for when Caius comes back, if he actually wants to offer it up. So he would look at the wagon and donkeys. He would be like, "Give me 20 gold."
25.
He's like, "You said technically, right? That's 22 gold."
24.
21.
Went down, man.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. 23. Take it or leave it.
All right, bye. And he starts walking back inside.
Oh, fine, 21.
All right, good deal.
I can't even make a
He immediately
persuasion
turns
check.
around with a smile.
Can you make a persuasion check?
Nope. It's haggling. Not for this. No, it was fun. It's 20 gold, man. It'll shake your hand, sealing the deal, and
Yep.
pull out pouch, which has like probably, 50 plus gold pieces in it, and he like hands you 21.
Okay.
And he'll do like the dad pat to the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just put that right in the party fund since it's not tons?
Sure.
Yep.
Fine with me.
21 gold.
Done.
Okay.
I do want to also take a look inside the pawn shop while Phoenix is looking
Sure.
for potential things to force feed me.
The pawn shop compared to the one in Pentecost seems to have more mundane random things. Doesn't mean it doesn't have. It could potentially have the unique and something adventurers would be interested in. But you see clothes, a lot of clothes. You see random dishware. You see cutlery. You see pots. You see a couple pillows, shoes. Some shoes with no pair next to them, so just one single shoe. You see art pieces that people have in their homes. A couple pieces of furniture like chairs and tables and such. But there are a couple other odds and ends. You see more daggers and short swords than anything else. You see some rusty old pickaxes. You see one set of armor that looks like it's seen better days. But as far as potion making things, not really. You do see there are some herbs and flowers, but these are things that you either already know about and probably nothing too useful. I don't know exactly what you're looking for, so I'm trying to like fishing things out. If you're looking for new unique herbs, you don't find any.
Okay. Cool.
So
Nothing described seems to be interesting to Gwilrick, but considering that his ancestors see what he sees and more, do I sense that they are interested in anything in particular there? Not necessarily for like, ooh, this is a special thing reasons, just like interest.
Of your two ancestors, they only float around you, or like see through your eyes. Not all the time, but pretty often. They keep an eye. They see what you see, like you said. And if they are interested in anything, they don't make any comments. They seem interested, but not like, ooh, this one particular thing is very, awesome. I must have it. It's just like seeing the other cultures, because these both grew up in, on that set and no other culture, so everything to them is interesting and new.
Oh yeah, it's like, ooh, different.
Yeah. Especially like the dwarven sized things and how small everything is.
I grumble to myself. You two are lucky. You don't have to deal with the cramped space.
They both get a chuckle out of that.
All right. Well, Phoenix will head back out to get back in line if everyone's ready.
Oh, that works.
So, all right, you guys get in line, and since you don't have a cart, your line is much smaller and quicker this time. And so you end up back at Pentacost, the Convergence. After I tab over to move the map.
Home sweet doom.
The bustling capital city of the world is, as always, bustling. People are moving about. You hear people criers shouting out random pieces of news and updates. There are many, many things going on at the same time.
we should get to the Adventurers Guild and report back.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys shuffle your way across the city toward the Adventurers Guild, where everything seems normal. Nothing out of the ordinary, no celebrations, no one you really recognize as someone important. There's a couple of like familiar faces who give you like the head nods or like a 2-finger salute. As you guys have worked here for a few months now, people are starting to recognize your faces and you're recognizing other people's faces. So there is that, that vibe, like you both work in the same building, but you don't work in the same section of the office area type deal. But you're there back at the Adventurers Guild. What would you like to do?
In line to report on our mission.
Mm-hmm. So you guys stand in line, and the line seems a little bit longer than you guys are used to. Seems like a whole bunch of people have returned from various missions and such. When you guys are you're like next in line to like go to the counter, when you would hear a voice. Glory, Dusty, yo, woohoo, over here.
Where's
And you would see Malark waving at you all.
Oh, we were right.
Ah, good to see you're well.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, come over here. We already took care of everything.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Shouldn't we report what we found at this archaeological site, though?
He would like kind of pause. He's like, "Yeah, do that first. That's more important."
Yeah.
So, he like points to a table, and you can see there's like a lot of empty seats, but you see him, Sally, and the Dragonborn are all right there.
Oh, good.
So yeah, you guys are like next in line. Some people are like looking at you like, what's going on a little bit. They're a little curious, but no one asks or anything or like seems to be eavesdropping too much. And you would approach the counter. The secretary, someone you've seen a couple times at this point from all your various turning-ins, would ask you what mission you're turning in and what's going on.
We are turning in the ransacked delivery mission. We took it as well as another adventuring group and worked together to complete it.
That one, yes, it was already turned in and the reward was handed out. I have your cut right here, though, however. And everyone would get 100 gold pieces.
Yay!
We also have some additional information we feel we should share that we learned while we were on this.
The secretary had a folder open and is like, yes, there was a note here because of that. Yes, go ahead and fill it out for me, and we will add it to the report.
Phoenix will take the paperwork and begin writing down what all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Gabe.
Is there anything you don't mention? Or anything you want to highlight specifically?
Nothing they need to know.
I'm trying to think if Phoenix would mention the whole flaming sword or anything like that. He'd say they'd encountered the bandits before, and that it seemed to be a new group formed from the remaining of that group. Wouldn't be like, oh yeah, they specifically wanted me dead or anything like that. Just kind of like, we tracked down the dwarf to the archaeological site. He seemed to have killed all the archaeologists, opened the artifact, which caused him to become possessed and raised the archaeologists as zombies. We fought and took down the bandits and his zombies, recovering the mask, which one of our members promptly destroyed due to it seemingly being cursed, and made our way back. Like, he wouldn't go into any details. I don't think he wouldn't mention like the eye bleeding or anything. He just, stuff he doesn't think is really relevant, you know?
All right. So you fill all that out and you hand it back to the secretary.
Just doesn't seem important to him is all.
All right. What do you guys do now?
All right, go meet up with Malark, I guess.
Sounds like a good plan.
Let's chat.
So you go out to the table and you see there's a couple just normal drinks waiting for you all, some mugs of ale, nothing too specific.
Oh, I need one of these. And Fenix just starts chugging.
Malark says, "Oh, I'm not gonna lie. If it was another 2 days, we were gonna go back out there and look for you guys."
Fenix still like all bruised and busted, like got like a busted lip, bruised everywhere. Just, yeah, no, we survived.
We managed to make good time thanks to a bit of scholar's incense.
He would nod. And so what happened?
He opened the artifact.
Knew it. Sally grumbles and hands him over 2 gold.
It possessed him. We fought him. It was not a fun time.
But we're alive and he's not.
The Dragonborn would nod and good. You see, he has wine. He's like, out of everyone, he has the one unique drink.
During the other campaign, every single time we go out drinking, everyone gets ale, and then my character's sitting there sipping wine judgingly.
Well, this is that character.
My character drinks wine, but he doesn't do so judgingly. He does it because that's what he's used to. In fact,
Right.
when I see that drink or whatever his name is, is drinking wine, I can't help but lift my trunk in that general direction and take a little sniff to see what I can pick up of the bouquet.
Yeah, so give me a perception check with advantage because it's smell based.
I wasn't actually going for that, but hey, cool.
Yeah. It's a very dark red drink, very heavy with strong motes of like some cedar type thing. This is not a drink someone would normally choose just to have a nice glass of wine. This is someone who is doing it because they know what they're doing. This is not a sweet drink. This is a very bitter drink. This is very heavy red wine.
Finishes his ale, and if there's one that's supposed to be for Caius there, he just grabs it and starts drinking it.
There is one supposed to be for Caius. Which Sally would ask, like, where's the doppelganger?
He met up with a friend and decided to hang back.
I'm pretty sure he's human.
She looks at you like, well, yeah, he looks human.
Yeah. We're talking about the guy with the ghost, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Why are you calling him a doppelganger?
Because there's 2 of them?
That's... I think you're misremembering what a doppelganger is.
I know he's not an actual doppelganger, but doppelgangers look like someone else, so that means there's 2. She's like, she waves a hand, I don't care anymore. And she just starts drinking.
Yeah.
To that. Keeps drinking.
Next time, just say the twins. It's a lot less confusing.
Well, that was a good job done.
Yep. Definitely didn't get my ass kicked at all.
Well, you didn't get your ass kicked. Got your eye screwed up.
He punched you in the eye?
Yep.
Or stabbed? What'd he do?
Punched me a lot. And no one else.
Roll deception for that. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
Phoenix was punched.
Oh, I thought the eye thing was from the curse.
It is, but
Yeah.
they didn't lie, so.
Yeah.
Malark would ask you, why you specifically?
I told you, he hates me. Flaming sword and all that.
Oh, right, yeah. That's fucked up, but also kind of badass.
Should have used it against him.
Hey, all things considered, could have gone a lot worse.
He killed my wolf.
Wait, you had a pet wolf? I thought you had a pet bird, Sally would ask.
I have a pet fox, and I also can summon a wolf.
Oh, summon creatures. Oh, okay. She would say that as if like very dismissively, as if like they don't count.
He also
Twin
has,
size.
he also has a pet miniature thing.
Oh, Fiametta.
The mouse?
Yeah, that.
Sally would ask, "Is that another summoned pet?"
It's a familiar.
Yeah, expendable.
Excuse
I
me.
agree.
The Dragonborn would nod, yes. It's very smart you have expendable pets to use to scout things out and test things for traps. Smart.
I don't know whether to be complimented or appalled.
He would just sip his wine.
I am conspicuously leaning away from the rat.
Fenix puts back in shirt pocket that he has specifically for Fiametta.
This is the rat pocket.
The rat pocket.
You got a pocket for sand and a pocket for rats.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Malark would ask, so what are you guys doing now?
Me, I'm going to sleep in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be glorious. Probably after a bunch of drinks.
He would raise his mug to that.
Uh,
Done and done.
We've taken several steel rank missions in a row, and we're only bronze.
Mark would point out, well, that means you're just going to rank up that much quicker.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying we should probably take a bit of a break.
Take something bronze for a change next.
Sally would say, well, I don't know about you guys, but after I get my reward, I go shopping.
I probably should
Save
spend
it,
some of this
actually.
money.
I need a spell component.
Where do you go shopping, she asks.
Where do we go shopping?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, and you know, I indicate my silvered glaive. I go, there's a weaponsmith, an elf named Nodia. She does some pretty good work. That's where I go for my weaponry.
She'd be like, oh, that's nice. Having a crafter that, you know, you go to regularly smart. So I have a Fletcher for all my arrows.
Yes, she's been particularly amenable to us ever since I mentioned that we closed a rift. So
She would snap her fingers and point. Yep, gotta love Pentacost and their tax decuts.
Mm-hmm.
Spend most of my money on spell components or components to create potions in my free time.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The Dragonborn would nod and he would say, yes, hate the politics all you want and the brewing unofficial war, but still, they know how to keep people happy.
War.
I wonder what I'm gonna do with any of my cash.
He would look at you, well, yes. Don't you remember the rumors and the unofficial statement that the contract that kept all the houses happy and together broke? What are you, living under a rock?
I know the rumors, but war is a bit extreme of a jump from there.
The houses have been secretly at each other's throats for years now. They've been waiting for something like this. I, for one, think someone broke it on purpose.
Oh, great.
Be repaired, honestly?
What'd you say?
Can't it just be repaired, honestly?
I mean, unless Pentacost is secretly alive somewhere, then no.
Doesn't need just Pentacost.
Yes, it does. Pentacost was the master of his craft. He was the goal every wizard, sorcerer, warlock, fighter, anyone who ever walks under these skies dreams of becoming. He was perfect in all ways.
Sure, and I mean, no one's perfect. I'm sure he had flaws, but can we
this
not
bad. He was perfect.
can we not acknowledge that just because he's dead doesn't mean all's hopeless? There can be someone else that can help.
This is a man who was friends by angels, devils, demons, the fae, the elemental gods. He could walk into anyone's home of any plane of any world, and he would be welcomed. He used techniques on these contracts that rivaled devils, rivaled angels, rivaled the fae in the wording. It was not just a contract; it was art.
You're a strong admirer.
Of course, I am. Anyone with their two silver pieces rubbed together wished to be like.
The more you say about him, the less I'm inclined to believe each claim.
Don't believe it, if you wish. But there's proof out there. The contract itself is proof of that.
I wish to be Arthur Pentacost. I wish there was another one, though.
He would sigh, don't we all? He died saving us, but at what cost? With more and more rifts opening up every year, there's going to be a day where there's going to be a rift that can't be closed.
Well, then we're all just gonna die then.
So pessimistic. If there's a
Agreed.
rift, there's a lot of us, and we can close it.
We'll see how things turn out. One way or another, we are part of a cosmic joke.
Keep saying that, but it doesn't seem very funny.
Well, to be fair, we're not exactly privy to what the joke is about, and we seem to be the butt of it.
Sally, between her sips, would be like, yeah, the world is fucked up.
What else is new? There's better things to talk about.
Malark would be like, yeah, there is. We haven't mentioned the good news yet.
What's the good news?
Well, when you clean out a bandit camp, there's some things left behind. And he would pat his, oh yeah, Sally has it. And she is like, I was going to tell him eventually.
Speaking of which, how did you manage with getting the bandits back?
Malark would be like, well, we tied them up, carried their asses to Darkford, turned them in, carried all the supplies back, and did what any self-thinking adventurers would do: sell the fuck out of everything that wasn't important.
Oh, did you manage to bring back my manacles?
He would shit, those are yours?
Yes, I bought those.
I think the guard still has I'll buy you another pair, it's fine.
It was three
There
pairs,
was two.
but whatever. It's no problem.
Sally would be roll her eyes, and she put her drink down. Keep in mind, this is a normal-sized mug, and she is a halfling. She would reach in.
Comes in pints?
She would reach into her coat, or not coat, her cloak. Thank you, English language. And pull out a folded piece of paper, and she was like, "Who gets it?"
I'll take
What is
it.
it?
All right, she hands it to Dusty.
Yeah, I open up the piece of paper.
Oh dear.
You would see it's a check.
For a check for what? For how much?
2,600 gold pieces.
Okay. Sally?
Sally would say that's your cut for your group.
Looks over Dusty's shoulder. You're pulling our leg.
The museum was very thankful that they got back their archaeological stuff.
Bloody hell.
Also, the archaeologists weren't the only group attacked. There was 5 other caravans, apparently. 2 of which carried very, very expensive ores.
Wait, then why did the lady up front give us a cut too?
Well, that was for the emission that was officially submitted. These are, she would wave a hand thinking, thank you gifts. 2,600 of them. She would giggle.
That's
Okay!
each with the party fund, so I'll add to the party fund.
Can we just round that to 433?
Yeah,
Or
I allow
just-
rounding.
Yeah. Or how about we just, each of the people take 430, and the rest.
Well, no, that's
the
split
rest-
6 ways. So
Yeah,
433
I know.
goes to.
I'm just saying, have the split be 430 each, and the remainder go into the party fund. Just
However you
keep
wanted to
it
do
simple.
it.
So if I'm remembering my,
You just take the 433 each, and then I'll do 434 to the party fund because that will be the 333.
Yep, that sounds cool.
That works. Damn, I have a lot of gold.
I do not, but that's okay.
Sally be like, and this is why I go shopping.
Okay. Well, it looks like Abasi's gonna have some fun.
Who?
Oh, yeah, I'll explain it later if we're in private. It's kind of an awkward subject here.
Malek shrugs. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
Malek, or Sally says, that's just the gold. Here, come with us.
Phoenix gets up and follows.
Oh boy.
I pat FedEx on the back and just say it's not all bad.
Getting my ass whooped gave me money. I'll do it.
So,
I'll take it any day.
are we doing the 430 thing or the 433 thing?
433.
Okay.
They would take you down a level, actually, into the basement. And Malark would explain, have you guys been down here before?
I don't believe so.
Have we?
No, you have not.
Okay. No.
Ah, good. This is for where teams who do missions together can settle divvying up things. And, well, these are mostly what's left over that we haven't sold yet, because, well, we didn't know if any of you guys wanted any of these things.
I appreciate the consideration, that's for sure.
I posted it in the Roll20 chat. It's what's there is there, and let me know if you guys want to take anything. Because Malark's going to be like, whatever you guys don't take, we keep. So, preferably don't take it all.
Oh, I thought that sounded tasty, disguise kit, for a second.
What'd you say?
I thought that sounded tasty, disguise kit, for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Camp making, tents, lots of barrels.
I'll take
Another
wood
alchemist kit.
carver's tools.
If you're going to
I
take
think
it, just type it out for me.
Alchemist kit.
I will take the horn. I can't think of anything else I would need everything else for. I can't use a poisoner's or a disguise kit.
Wilrick
can-
needs more hobbies.
You can use things, it's just you're not proficient in them.
Then I will take the disguise kit as well.
Okay.
I'll take the poisoner's kit.
And then I'll let Caius and Hugo have their take when things happen. So, yeah. Malark would put his hands on his hips. He'd be like, yep, not gonna lie, that was worth way more than any silver mission should. Or stealing. Sorry.
Shouldn't have been steel, honestly.
That bad of a fight?
It was intense. I almost died.
That happens a lot. There's missions that should be higher rank or should be lower rank, but this one did say it was available to all ranks, so it doesn't surprise me it was gold, probably.
Well, you know what? Then let's celebrate.
And Sally's like, with shopping!
Okay, well, do you guys want to go shopping together, I guess?
Sally's like, have you guys been to the bazaar before?
Vaguely, to buy potions.
No, not a bazaar, the bazaar.
Believe I have.
No.
Everything's bizarre to me.
Yes, there are a bazaars. They exist up here on the surface of Pentacost. But down below, where the fundings are, there's the bazaar.
Okay, let's go to the bazaar.
Color me intrigued.
She rub her hands together. Yes.
I can't promise I'll buy anything, but I'm certainly interested in seeing what the smaller folk get up to with that.
Theonarch, the Dragonborn, kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, I'm not going. You still can't make me, Sally. Come on. It's fun. There's good things there. Where do you think I got you that orb? He like glances at the yellow orb that floats over his shoulder. Still, I won't go there. It's not right for someone of my status.
Oh, whatever will we do without your pleasant company?
Be ignorant of how things properly work.
Oh, woe is us.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly are you taking us?
Sally just has this like twinkle in her eyes. Nowhere illegal.
Nowhere illegal? Excellent. I plead the fifth then.
Malark just kind of like shrugs. He's like, they got cool things there.
Well, let's head there.
Right, you follow Sally out of the Adventurers Guild and through the city. If Charles was here, he would recognize the bazaar and he would tell you all it is a gray market. What a gray market is, it's a legal black market.
So it's like more illegal than the black market?
Yeah, or it's more legal than the black market.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, that sounds a bit suspect.
And then Charles would know a rumor. I don't know if he'll tell you all or not, so I'm gonna assume yes, he will. Which is not really a rumor, but there's a story that the market never sells the same thing twice, and that there's rumors that fairies or people from the Feywilds run it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe they might have the spell component I need.
Oh no.
And off you go to the bazaar. You guys go into the undergrounds of the Pentacost set, traveling through some roads. It's not very complicated, but it is easy to get lost if you don't know where you're going. And eventually, you hear the distant speak of a crowd, people shouting, people bargaining, various different languages, and you would enter into a sizable courtyard underground with tents and stalls and just random tables with random things on it, lots and lots of various different supplies. And no two things really look the same. No two people look the same. There are sellers. There's randomness gone wild here.
Not even the palaces is bustling.
There is a sign when you enter, and it says, "We buy everything and sell everything."
Okay. Buy everything and sell everything. That's nice. So, like, everything?
Sally would nod. Everything. And if it's illegal, you just go somewhere where no one's looking. Happens all the time.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't do any of the illegal stuff. No souls, no children, no slaves, nothing like that. And while it's frowned upon here, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Malark would just nod begrudgingly. He's like, yeah, unfortunately it does happen here, but better here where it's controlled than elsewhere.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. So do you guys want to stick together? Do you guys want to stick together, or just split up and find our own stuff?
I think if we split up and we need to meet back up, just look for me. I literally stand out among this crowd.
I mean,
you do. There's only like maybe 5 other individuals who are as tall and weird looking as you. None of them Loxodons, but there are other. You know, you see a 2-headed ogre. You see a were-tiger, things like that.
So yes,
All right,
our
then.
designated meeting point.
Phoenix is gonna go look for a gilded flower worth at least 300 gold pieces.
I'm gonna go see if anybody sells any enchanted armors, or at least better quality than standard armors, because that's what I would need to benefit from the AC.
Right. And then Dusty?
So I'm gonna look for something to appease my ghosts.
All right, I'll let you interpret that however you wish.
Great.
All right, we're going to start with Phoenix. Phoenix, you dip and dodge through the crowd looking for this gilded leaf. You go across different stalls selling herbs and potion ingredients and spellcasting focuses, but it takes you nearly 2 hours to find a stall that at first you didn't think would have what you wanted, but it is a flower press stall where they sell pressed flowers and different art pieces. And you can see hanging from the top of the front of the stall, glinting in the sun spinning, is the gilded flower.
How much for the flower?
You would see it is a half elf, and they're shouting over the crowd at you. He points at it. He's like, "You want that thing?"
Depending on the price.
He looks at you. He looks up. Give me a persuasion check.
I'm not good at those. Hey! Let's
He's
go.
like, 400.
400?
Nods. Unless you got something else you want to barter with.
Hmm. Looking at all the different stuff I have, there's not much I want to give up. I'm a hoarder. Um... I have so many potions and stuff, I don't want to give up any of them, though.
It's like that RPG game where, like, what if I need it later?
Exactly.
Then you end up with
Big boss
500.
fight. What if I need it later?
Yeah, 500 things at the final fight. But what if?
Exactly.
Like the game tells you, this is the final boss fight. Use all consumables because the credits will happen. There's nothing else later. What if I need it later?
Mhm. Mhm.
We provided a weirdly placed shopkeep just beforehand. You have all you need and you can use it.
But what if I need it?
Mhm.
What if there's a post-credit
Mhm.
secret boss?
What if there's a DLC that comes out later?
I say that Baldur's Gate 3 have 10 billion scrolls.
Yo, same.
One gripe I have about video games in general is that so many of them, money becomes practically useless at least midway through.
This is actually an interesting thing they have started. I believe some of the early IRS started using WoW to deal with inflation currency and seeing how people dealt with overabundance of gold. Like as predictive models. It's just an interesting thing you better want to read into it. Because they got so much gold because it kept getting spawned that they had to figure out what if you have value when money has no value. Kind of like a money version of the corrupted blood incident.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
What you doing, Phoenix?
It's a great question. Remind me, how does the stop chalk work again?
So stop chalk is you draw a line on the ground, a 5-foot line, and then anything that makes contact with it from the ground up into the infinite void above stops. It can stop a dragon, a ship, it can stop anything. Only once.
Only once. Okay.
As soon as something makes contact with it, the magical shield goes away.
Okay. And I also have one of the Scholar's Incense. Tell you what, I give you 200, and I give you this, and I will pull out one of my potions of instant rest and say, you're not going to find this in any store. Made it myself. Will make you fall asleep, feel very rested immediately afterwards.
The shopkeeper look at it. I'm looking at something. Hold on 1 second here. So it makes you fall asleep?
Makes you feel rested after 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. That sounds useful. He looks at the potion. Only one?
1 and 200 gold.
1 and 300.
1 and 250.
1 and 75. Or 275, sorry.
Nah, not worth it.
He shrugs. Sorry.
I'll just commission one from the magic shop then for 300. I'm gonna look around for anything interesting that could make potions and interesting things. Did my mic not pick me up?
No, I heard you. I'm just giving
Okay, cool.
messages still.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't looking at my Discord and sometimes my mic cuts out, so.
Is a fair question.
Okay, we'll move on to Gulrick.
Cool.
What you doing?
I am looking for high quality armors because I could use some armor, but the best armor that I can wear that's standard is half plate and it has the exact same AC as my skin. So I'm looking for armor that's enchanted or heavy armors made of mithril, things like that.
Speaking of heavy armor, there is a set of armor that looks very heavy looking. It doesn't look very well made. It looks very patchwork looking, but it looks very heavy. What I mean by this is the armor stand wearing it is as big as you are.
To be clear, I'm not looking for capital H heavy armor because barbarian abilities depend on not wearing heavy armor.
I'm just saying, okay, so if you're looking for something else, there is... Let me look here. Are you looking for... Okay, well, you're looking for light, medium, or heavy armor. I'll start with that.
Medium, because
Okay.
that's the optimal that I can wear. You know, I've got no dex bonus, and I want better protection.
Okay, give me a second here. Oh. Being a little slow, sorry about that.
And like I said, medium includes, say, if there are any things that
Mhm.
would be heavy armor made of mithril, so they count as medium.
That is true, yes. Well, you do see some elven chain shirts. There seems to be one on a stand somewhere. You would see there is mithril armor, but it's for light armor specifically, so it would be the equivalent of like studded leather, but mithril made. There is. Give me a second here. Give me a perception check, please, as you scan amongst the crowd. Interesting. Interesting. You do see a set of armor. So there is a stand to the side that's not along the outside, so it's not like an actual stall, but just a stand. And they seem to have a couple armors of various different autumn colors on display, as if they're made from leaves. But looking closer, they seem to be made of actual leathered scales.
Does it seem like it would be as flexible as medium armors?
Oh yes, very much so.
Who's selling it?
You see at the armor stand is a scaly-looking snake person, a Yanti.
I will approach the auntie and, point to this interesting example of armor and say, tell me about this piece.
All the different armors look mostly the same. He's like, it's Naga scale. Killed it myself.
Impressive. How much protection does it provide, say, compared to half plate?
It's gonna be less than half plate in terms of base armor, but if you're dexterous enough, you'll be fine.
I'm not exactly the most nimble person.
Well, his armor just isn't just armor. It does have a couple effects from the Naga race.
Such as?
Well, do you know how to swim?
Swimming doesn't really come up for one as heavy as me.
Good, because armor will make you be able to swim better. But there's other armors I have. Let's see here. You would look over. Here we go. Here's the green one. And you can see this one looks more like leaves than scales. All right, this here is ironwood leaves armor. It's a bit thicker than the Naga scale, but still just as light and durable.
You say a bit thicker. Again, I'm looking for armor that is sturdy but still on the flexible side.
He nods.
Yeah, roleplay talk for medium armor.
Yeah, it's all medium armor. It's
Awesome.
technically scale mail.
Oh, yeah, that one. I consider and I say, I am looking for on the sturdier side because, and I just poke my skin to be indicative. This is tougher than a lot of armors out there, but lately I've been seeing some rather brutal combat, so I'm looking for something even tougher than my own hide.
Well, then you're looking for something made of metal, which isn't flexible.
I mean, it depends on the metal and depends on how it's put together.
Yeah, but then you're going to be increasing the price. Do you think you can afford something like that?
Well, that depends on the price and depends on the piece.
Fair enough. Well, good luck.
So you're saying you don't offer anything made of metal?
Nope.
Think you can point me towards someone who does?
He like looks around. He's like, everywhere?
Well then, appreciate the help.
Waves the hands. And you continue your search as you look around. I'm looking. Throw on my random pieces of armor I've saved up over time. Wait a moment. There's a lot of shields. You want any shields? How about robes? You want robes, Gluric? I got robes. No, it's fine. I'm scrolling and like opening sheets up, and I was like, looking.
Unless the robes provide an AC bonus if you're not wearing armor, then no thanks.
There's mage armor robes. That's about it. Right. Let's see here. What we got? Reading. Someone's saying.
I could look for bracers of defense. I don't know if Gwilrick knows that they specifically exist.
Okay. As you look around some more, looking for metal, looking for anything flexible but sturdy, there is a stall, like an actual stall around the edges, that has a couple sets of armor out on display that seem to be mixtures of leathers and metal, like combined, so something in the ballpark of what you're looking for.
I approach that stall.
Okay. Looking at all the armors and such, you can see none of these would ever fit you, except for one. And instead of metal pieces, you can see it's big plates of bone in various spots where armor should be. In other places, you can see there's like leathers, wrappings, and such. These bone pieces are very large, especially like around the chest area and back. You can see there's bones put together, like whoever made this, it's very bone centrated. It doesn't look very heavy. I mean, it's made of bone, so it's definitely gonna be light. But it's made of bone, so Gorg probably thinks it's very weak looking. But you're also looking at it, and it seems to be in the ballpark of what you want.
Who's running this stall?
You would see sitting in a chair, drinking some type of brown liquid in ice, probably iced tea, is a dwarf.
I point towards the bone armor and say, "Tell me about this."
That? Oh! He kind of sits up a little bit and sets his drink down. Ah, that's troll bone armor.
How sturdy is it compared to, say, half plate?
Well, I mean, it depends what the plate's made of. But you're talking about standard steel. It's definitely gonna be better than that. A little bit lighter, not too much lighter, mind you, but definitely lighter. Troll bones are thick and sturdy bitches. They gotta carry all that weight around.
There's plenty of strength in the right kinds of bones. How much for it?
And he would look it up and down, he would look at you, and be like, 1,500.
That's a bit much for me.
Well, you gotta think about it, son. Your average plate armor is 1,500, right? Granted, it's half plate, but it's not normal half plate. It's made of troll bones. Troll bones aren't cheap. All right, I had to go kill that one myself about a couple years back.
Do you take items in trade?
The bazaar, we buy and sell everything.
I say to him, I have a couple things. I'm not certain that you'll necessarily be interested in them, but I'll offer them up and see if that does have your interest at all.
Yeah.
First, I will pull out the unsuccessful treated bladder that I had FedEx put together for me, the one that I did not fill with oil. And I will also pull out my standard vestments that I was given as a Bone Dreamer. I am willing to trade this because the glamour robe that I have equipped is something I can keep in the pattern of those vestments anyway.
Okay.
So I will say, first point to the bladder. This was made to contain oil in order to throw it for, say, igniting a group of goblins. And I will point at the robes. And these are the vestments of the Order of Warriors that I am a member of among my people, the Bone Dreamers. I don't know if you would find any value in these, but I am willing to offer them up to offset that price.
He looks at him, he looks at you, so basic vestments and a bladder.
Basic vestments, perhaps, but a rarity to be sure. Considering the group they come from.
Give me a persuasion check.
I do not have a good track record with those. I continue to not have a good track record with those.
He would look at you as like, you got anything else?
I grimace, I take the things back and just say, this is not my strong suit.
Not for everyone.
Thank you for your time.
Nods and watches you leave.
And I just grumble to myself in Luxodon. Figures, I have all this money, but I still can't afford what I need.
Mm-hmm. Dusty!
Okay, so I'm going to look if there's anyone that's like, I guess a temp service for hirelings.
Hirelings?
I need to find. I'm trying to find a druid I can hire as like an indentured servant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hirelings are something that... I'm assuming not slaves.
I'm not trying to find slaves. Unless Sabasti's doing something.
Vegeta, I told you not to call them slaves.
They're
Fine.
interns. Yep.
So you go find some interns. So this is something a little bit more niche in the bazaar, but as the sign says, they do buy and sell everything. And so eventually you're able to track down a stall of people who are looking for work and get paid for it.
Okay. I look for anyone that has are druidic or werewolves.
Okay. Roll me 2d100s.
Okay.
Okay. Druidic, you find someone claiming to be a druid, but does not look like Phoenix whatsoever in terms of what they have on them. They actually have a short sword made of steel and a shield and wearing chainmail. But they say they're a druid. And then there is a half-orc man who says he is a werewolf. And he has paperwork to prove it.
So like
He sells himself as just someone who does manual labor, though.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Bossy and Jeff if this satisfies the requirements.
Bossy? Who's Bossy?
Bossy.
Oh, a Bossy, yeah. Let me think here for a second.
I was trying to find a wolf and a servant all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeff would say no. A Bossy would say not cute enough.
I go look for the slave market.
How do you go about doing this, Dusty?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, how would I go about doing this? Can I roll a history check to understand like where it would be?
You've never been here before, so you wouldn't know.
Like, no, where would I know like where it would typically be, like where places would organize stuff like this?
You would not have any history on this at all.
Yeah. Can I go to the servant head guy, the guy who's in charge of organizing the servants?
You can.
Okay. Is there anywhere a tiny bit less scrupulous with other employees available?
Give me a persuasion check.
Guiding myself?
Go for it.
Okay.
Let's see here.
21.
Oh, all right. 21. He would look you up and down. This is a short, stocky man, and he would look you up and down. He's like, personal use or work?
Work. Actually,
Hey,
no,
Chuck.
no. Now
Oh,
it's like I think about how Bossy and Jeff are saying this. It would probably be closer to say personal use.
all right. Now we're talking. He'd be like, he'll lean back in his chair, and talk to someone you didn't know was there, but standing just in the corner of the doorway where you entered from is a darkly leathered man, a drow specifically, with two deadly looking daggers. And he'd be like, hey, go take him to, let's see here, who's on duty today? Oh, yeah, take him to Samuel. The drow just nods, not saying anything, and just walks in a direction.
Okay. I follow, I guess?
Yeah, you follow. You only are in the bazaar for a few steps as you go between two stalls in a small little alleyway.
Okay.
And you would end up in a very dark place. And
Does dark vision work here?
not that kind of dark, Dusty.
Oh no.
Dusty dies. No, I'm kidding.
Why
I
is
wouldn't-
Dusty looking for a slave?
He can thank the spirits inside his head, or the voices technically. Don't worry, the court-sanctioned lawyer says they're real. Or psychiatrist, not lawyer. Court-ordered psychiatrist says they're real. You end up in what can only be described as a red light district.
I should probably change the music, but I'm not going to because I want to say somewhat sane. Okay. Okay. I keep following the drow.
Yep. You would end up in one of the various hostels. And we're going to skip the flavor text for this place, keeping it PG-13.
We already introduced slaves, dude. We're already past PG-13.
And it depends on what you're doing with the slaves, you know?
Yeah.
If you're freeing them, PG-13. You're enslaving them, R. You end up in an office area where there is a... Who is Samuel? So Samuel looks human, but his eyes are reptilian. And he has a pair of fangs.
Okay, so probably a dragon.
Not that kind of fangs, more vampiric. Something of that nature.
Oh, so a vampiric lizard? Huh.
And so Samuel would see you. He's like, I don't know you. Never seen you before in my life. Never heard of you. No one knows who you are. So either you're an idiot for coming in here, or you know what the fuck you're doing. So which one is it?
I hope the latter.
All right, you're an idiot. All right, listen, dude. You have no business in this place. Why are you here?
Do you want the full honest truth?
Whatever's not gonna have me kill you.
I am looking to keep some passengers of mine satisfied, and it requires your use of your services.
Okay. So you have some rowdy men on your ship. Happens to the best of us. You don't really need to come here for someone like that.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Any more complicated, you tell me, where I have to kill you? Because at this point, you can still walk out.
Look, can we just level with each other here?
Again, that's up to you.
Look, I am a channel for ghosts, and to keep the ghosts from not consuming me, they require certain. What's the word I'm looking for? Tribute. No, not tributes. Shit. What's the word I'm looking for? They require certain payments. I'm looking to satisfy the payment of 2 of those spirits.
Hey, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Just a second, I lost my sheet. Guidance, baby! Okay. 17. So, 21 again.
Yeah. At this point, a bossy is whispering in your ear like, you're doing it all wrong. You need to be more charming, more succulent. You need to convince him he's working for you, not you for him.
Do you want to take over for a minute?
Jeff doesn't care. Oh, Dusty. As you willingly give yourself over to the spirit of Abasi, you feel him reach out for control. Yes, give in, Dusty. Give me the reins, I'll take him here.
Okay, so did that already happen?
No, you can still deny it.
Can I insight check my own ghosts?
You know what he is about in his previous offer, Dusty.
Yeah. So I'm asking, can I get my body back from this? Do I know that for sure?
You don't know. You've never done this before.
We'll save that. We'll save that for a safer environment.
It's like you're going to die if you don't do this. Of course, Nephra is saying, no, don't do it.
Yeah. And Jeff just does not
Jeff doesn't care.
It's like, so is the persuasion already towards the Samuel guy or not?
Yes.
I will leave the persuasion and I'm just going to deny Abasi for now. I'm already here for you. You don't get everything.
Samuel doesn't seem shocked or surprised by what you're saying. It'd be like, people have come here for worse reasons. All right. So you're cursed. You got a demon, a devil, something in your body. Don't tell me what. The less I know, the better. All right. I can level with you on that kind of stuff, but curses and stuff. All right. You're going about it all wrong when you're piecing these things. All right. You don't go in the deep end. You don't give in immediately. All right. How long have you had this thing on you? This curse?
2 days? The new one?
And he looks at you like, he's like, and you're already giving in to these whores? No.
It's important to keep a balance is the problem.
Yeah. Well, I can't say you're wrong on that. You gotta feed it, but you gotta make sure you don't starve it.
Which is
If you
why
starve it, then it becomes ravenous.
Which is why I'm hoping, as shady as this is, I can maintain somewhat. I don't know how to. I'm not sure how to phrase it, but you seem a man of understanding. So I would like it if we could just do our business and hopefully not have to see each other too often.
After today, I hope we never see each other again. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna do you a favor against my better judgment. All right, consider it paying it forward favor for someone else who was cursed once upon a time.
Thank you.
Now, what specifically do you need for this curse?
I require.
You said, do you need specifically a slave? Do you need specifically a servant? Do you need specifically just anyone who works for you? Wording is important with these curses.
I need a servant who is cute and has the capability to turn into a wolf.
Okay. He like, that's very specific. Okay. So, is the wolf thing required, or is it like a must?
Jeff, can you wait a minute?
Jeff, you would realize, doesn't want a human who can turn into a wolf. He just wants a wolf.
Then the wolf thing is not a hard requirement. No.
All right, well, that's easier to take care of. All right. Now, is this someone you want to fight for you or take care of you? Do you just want to buy a wife? What do you want here? Right? Specifics matter, like I said.
Just someone to manage my household affairs when I'm out adventuring.
There we go. Now you're looking for something more legal and not something that will get you arrested. Right.
Well, the other place didn't have anyone who could help me.
Did you give up after looking at the first place possible?
No, the third.
Still, only 3. Okay, wow. All right. Aren't you lying?
Dusty is very confused right now. He doesn't think he's lying. He's just very tired and wants this over with.
Fair enough. I wasn't gonna ask for deception check either way. I was making sure the DM wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, take someone to take care of your household goods. Legal, extremely legal. Maid services. He's like benefactors, all these types of things. All right, you can find that top site in Pentacost. Not easily, but it's not hard. It's just you just gotta know where to go. All right.
Is that satisfactory, Abasi?
Abasi seems to really lean on the slavery aspect, but he seems appeased at the very minimum.
Okay, appeased. Then, yes, that'd be easier to find. Could you point me in that direction?
He was like, no, but you can find it yourself, I imagine. I have helped you out. If I see you again, I promise you won't see anyone else.
Understood. If I see you again, I will only be when I'm very desperate, or I have lost all scruples.
Right, and you are escorted away.
Okay, and then I'm gonna look if I can find a pet wolf around here.
All right, we will rotate back around to you after Phoenix. Andy.
Oh,
Hey, it's your turn again.
cool. Phoenix wants to look at magic items and things to make potions.
Alrighty. Any type of potion specifically you're looking for? Because this is DM to play. This is a very vague and open type of search. So
That's very fair. Well, potion of speed. I want to try making. I want to try making like potion of flying. I want to try making. Simpler potions could be like potion of maximum power, potion of advantage.
okay. Let's see here.
Potion of growth would be cool. Make Gwilrick big for 1d4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
No concentration required. That's another
If it
thing.
lasts longer than 4 hours, please call a doctor.
All right, we'll start from the beginning. You said potion of speed first, right?
Yes.
You can find the various ingredients. Hold on, let me double check something real quick. Potion of speed doesn't have rarity values, does it? Oh, that's a very rare spell. Okay.
It's weird because haste is not a super high level spell per se.
No, it's a 3rd level spell, but it's because it's a potion and no concentration required.
I just want to be able to cast the spell haste really badly because I love being a support that has the haste spell.
Yes, but potion of speed is a very rare potion. So ingredients are going to be expensive for this, and you don't even know the recipe. So
Okay, I won't do that then. Hi, game.
yeah.
Yes, it's.
I would say
nice.
Phoenix could safely deduce any common potion. Uncommon, maybe depending upon if it's in her wheelhouse, or sorry, his wheelhouse or not.
Cool. Would you consider? I know it's technically a rare potion, but potion of maximum power, which just gives you the ability to deal maximum damage on any spell you cast within the next minute.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider that to be rare? I know.
Maximum power? Okay. It is labeled as a rare potion.
Yeah. But it's not that good. It's medium good. It should be uncommon.
No, I agree this is rare because any 4th level spell or lower, so fireball, max damage to a crowd of people.
True. Cool.
Lightning bolts. Yeah, because AoE spells is what it's for.
Potion of growth is uncommon.
Okay.
Which gives you the enlarge effect for 1d4 hours.
Right.
What would I need to make that?
Phoenix could have an idea of what to do, especially since you made that rage potion a while back. So it's not something Phoenix couldn't figure out, but it will have some trial and error involved. You think you would need to spend roughly 175 gold pieces on supplies to make it.
Damn.
To make
Okay,
one,
that's not worth it. Cool. Making potions is not worth it. That's what I'm learning.
Oh, it is. It's just expensive. The potion itself was like $350. So.
Thank you. I know. Would that be a guarantee that I'd be able to make it?
With 175 gold pieces, it's not a guarantee, it's a high likelihood.
Damn it. So that's what I don't like, is the fact that I could spend 175 gold pieces and get nothing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll probably pass on that. I'm gonna probably have to give up this potion making stuff because I can't afford it. I'll look at magic items then.
What kind of magic items are you looking for?
Particularly always intrigued by things that summon more friends. But
Okay.
because I just want so many friends. But also like what kind of magic items would you say like that? Looking through things. If there's a magic item that would let me cast other spells and stuff, that'd be cool too.
Perception check.
$23.
Come across a jewelry stand, specifically with like crowns, circlets, maybe a fancy hat or 3, things of that nature. And there's a circlet labeled Circlet of Jewel Mines, and it's made of gold with a black and yellow gemstone at the front and center.
I know you want to lay on a nice warm laptop. But I need to be able to type. Oh, thank you for searching a bunch of I's and then a 7. He always wants to lay on my laptop because my laptop gets really warm. He said Circlet of
Jewel Mines.
I'm just looking up what that does.
It's a homebrew item.
Neat. Phoenix will cock his head and kind of look at it and go, now what does this do exactly?
The old lady, old gnomish lady working the stand would tell you, oh, you don't want that.
But what? How do you know?
It's a cursed magic item.
Oh. And what is the curse?
Your mind splits in half and there's 2 of you inside.
Alright, and is there any benefit to this?
Yeah, you can concentrate on 2 spells, work on 2 projects at the same time, but there's 2 of you, so good luck with that.
That is so interesting.
Great. Now we're gonna have to deal with an extra guilt complex.
Exactly. No, Phoenix separates from his guilt complex, so his guilt complex is just beating up himself all the time. Would I have 2 initiative counts then?
No. Mechanically, you're still 1 body.
Okay, so everything's the same except for I can concentrate on 2 spells.
There's a couple other things, but don't worry about that if you get this item and put it on.
Well, has anyone ever been cursed by this before?
Well, yeah. So that's for sale. Last owner died.
Oh. And what else do you know about it?
Shrugs. I don't know.
How much is it?
Well, considering it's got a bad track record, it's about 500 gold pieces.
500 gold pieces. Could afford that. Interesting. I'm definitely not thinking I could summon more friends. If I could concentrate on 2 spells, I could do 2 summoning spells at the same time.
Good.
But every party has somebody who's like, I can use this cursed item.
Give in to the dark side.
I was that character once.
Everyone's been that character once.
The truth is that Andy really wants it, but Phoenix would be like, that sounds that sounds not responsible. But Andy wants it. Did I see any other magic items that allowed summoning stuff?
Just summoning? Yes. Yes, indeed. Give me another perception check.
14. Can I guide myself on that, or is it too late?
Of course.
Ka-chow! Yay, that makes it better.
Got a 17. Is there any specific object that he's looking for that can summon staffs and wands? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, staffs, wands, things like that. Anything metal, he kind of grimaces and ignores. Because druid,
Right.
which is what. Yeah, he's kind of looking for, and if he sees anyone that has signs that they summon, things like that.
Okay. So you look around. There's a sign that has a knife. It's a bread cutting knife, and it says "Knife of Conjure Bread." There's other things too. There are scrolls that are for sale to summon various different creatures of the spells that would fit said scrolls. There is a ring that can summon a crab. There is a bag of cat food. When shaken, it summons a cat.
Don't tempt me.
Crazy
My only
cat
fear
likes
is
cat food.
if that cat dies, I will be very sad.
It's not even like it doesn't even summon the cat. It's just like the closest cat that's nearby shows up. when
Exactly.
shaken.
That'd just be sad.
Imagine you're in the middle of a fight and you shake it and the dragon kills it.
Exactly.
Are you looking for new summon creatures or enhanced summon creatures?
New or enhanced?
Yes.
Either or would be interesting. Fenix's only combat abilities is his summons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking to either be able to summon more creatures to do more things on his turn, or be able to enhance the ones I have to have more things to do. I don't know exactly.
Right. There is a wand. Actually, no, not that. Phoenix wouldn't want that. I'm not going to give you something that you really don't want. It was something to do with spiders. I am looking through all my sheets. Hold on a second. I want to say there's something here, but I don't remember if it's rare or if it's uncommon. Is the problem. I'm assuming it's temporary summons, right?
Permanent summons would be cool too.
That's a little more expensive. Is the problem.
Yeah.
I'm looking through all my list of things. I should put these in alphabetical order one day.
Even if there's something that's like once per day, you can summon this creature for so many hours or something.
Yeah, I'm also looking for something maybe fire themed.
I don't know why you would want that.
Yeah, no, obviously not.
If you don't have anything, that's totally cool. I just thought I would see if you had anything.
not nothing that Phoenix would want is the problem, or is cheap enough. Because most of my magic items start at 500 gold pieces. So.
Okay. Otherwise, Phoenix will look for something that can enhance healing.
Oh, that's something we do have some of. There's a wand of Cure Wounds.
What does that do?
Cast a Cure Wound spell.
How many times per long rest?
It's the normal 5e1. Hold on.
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh yeah. That's been a staple for a while. It has charges. Hold on. Or sorry. Yeah, Staff of Healing is what I'm thinking of.
I was gonna say I've never heard of that.
Yeah. You can cast. Staff Healing. Oh wait, never mind. You can't afford that. I misread the number. I thought it was 480. No, it's 4,800. Let's look here. Let me back out and go back to my other staff section of support.
Damn, now I really want a Staff of Healing after reading what it does.
Oh yeah, but it's a rare magic item. So.
Yeah. That's all I want now, though.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's my goal.
Let's look here. Give me one moment. So you're looking for healing enhancement items. Mm-hmm. There is a amulet.
What, pray tell, does this amulet do?
Yeah, so the amulet is it's more of a charm than an amulet, but it is the image of a staff with the two snakes, the healer's staff. Yeah. And then each snake's head has a gemstone. One is white, one is black. And it is on display with a myriad of other amulets and charms and stuff.
Me, could I trouble you for information on this amulet?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that is, are you one of them cleric types?
Of a sort, I'm a druid.
Ah, close enough. Yeah, that's a healing buff thingy. What's it do? It's he'll tell you it's a D4 extra when you heal someone.
And how much does that cost?
Oh, you can have it for 425 gold.
I'll take it.
All right, it is yours.
Phoenix is not a negotiator.
Right. We will move on to Gork.
Having failed in the armor department, I'm going to look for enchanted items of a protective nature or bolstering nature in terms of, like, if I can't find anything that increases AC, maybe something that increases health.
Cloak of Protection only isn't uncommon. Just saying.
Depends on whether or not that's available.
So a cloak of protection is found and is being sold for 400 gold pieces.
And what are the specific benefits of the cloak of
It's
protection?
a +1 AC, I believe. Yep, it is a +1 AC while wearing it.
Is it an attunement item?
It is, yes.
Okay. 400, you said?
Yes, it is.
I will take it.
There you go. Are you still going to be on the shopping, just window browsing for other items?
If I remember correctly, AC bonuses from enchanted items don't stack, right?
No. So you get like bracers or defense, you only get the +2, not a +3.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'm done shopping. I will don my new cloak. Is it something oh yeah, I have to attune to it, so
Yep.
I'll start that process.
Yeah, I mean it's a long rest. You'll get that in no time.
Attunement could take place over a short rest.
I'm pretty sure 2 minutes a long rest. Either way, you're gonna get it. Doesn't really semantics don't matter at this moment. Cool. And then Dusty.
I'm gonna go look for the more unscrupulous employee thing.
So you have to go to the surface that you'll be leaving the bazaar.
Okay, before I leave the bazaar, would the bazaar have wolves?
They do have animals for sale here.
I'm gonna go find wolves.
Alrighty. It does not take long for you to find wolves for sale. They have a section for animals, pins, and such, and you find a litter for sale.
Okay, can I, is there any trained ones?
When you specify trained ones, your list of options shrink down to 2 wolves.
Okay.
One wolf looks like a normal wolf. It, gray, scuffy looking, and the seller says he is moderately trained to not kill anyone you don't want him killing. He says he has a tendency to not stop killing after you give the order, but that's about the only problem. And that wolf is for sale for 100 gold pieces.
Okay. And the other
And
one?
there's one other wolf, slightly larger. Hold on, I'm double checking the CR of this creature. It's storming outside. It is a warg for sale. And upon putting your eyes on the warg, Jeff is like, if he could physically shake you, he would. That one, get it, that one.
Okay, let's see. Warg. Okay.
Yes. The warg is for sale for 300 gold pieces. And keep in mind, wargs are a large-sized creature.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the thing's bigger than you.
Can I try to persuade them down to 250?
So the seller is a goblin. He is wearing a set of overalls. He looks at you. He's like, "You want to buy Betsy?"
Yes.
He looks you up and down. You're not a goblin.
No.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage real quick, please.
Okay. Guidance, don't fail me now. Oh, I have advantage. $21. I keep getting 21s.
It's a lucky number for you. The warg would stand up, and you see the goblin like, "Whoa, no, we don't eat the customers. We talked about this last time." And the warg would jump at you, Dusty. What do you do?
I let it jump out and lick me?
Okay, you let it do something to you.
Like, I assume the animal
It is
handling...
going to leap at you.
Yep.
And your animal handling is going to help you do two things.
Yeah.
One, because it's Jeff, and the other one because the warg is going to bite you, and you know it's going to bite you.
Okay.
But Jeff tells you, it's fine, let it do it.
I let it bite me?
Yes.
Like, not around the neck.
The warg would leap at you, and you adjust to where it's going to bite you on the shoulder. And it's not very a hard bite, it's like a love nibble.
Oh, it's a playful bite. Okay.
Yes. And the goblin is like yelling like, "No, don't kill another customer," and like pulls the warg off, Betsy off. And he looks down at you and is like, "You're alive."
Yeah, it was just a love nibble. She's a nice girl.
In all my years, I've never seen a not goblin die to a warg like that.
Well, first time for everything, sir.
And he's like, 300 gold.
Can I convince you to get some off for the experience of the first time seeing this?
That's with the discount.
Fair enough. I pay him 300 gold.
You pay him 300 gold, and Betsy is now legally yours.
Yep.
Betsy is a rideable mount.
I get on Betsy.
And it comes with a saddle. She comes with a saddle and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll meet back up with everyone before I leave the bazaar. For my
Yeah,
second thing.
so, Gwilrick, you see an unusual sight. You see Dusty being the same height as you, eye level, through the crowd. You don't see the warg yet, but you just see, like, through the crowd, you see Dusty's head bobbing up and down.
I am staring at him. I am nonplussed as I'm staring at this thing. Like, what the hell?
Okay, which version of nonplussed? The disturbed version or the not disturbed version?
The correct version, which is the disturbed version.
'Cause there's two versions
And
that work.
as Dusty gets closer, you can then see he is riding a warg, which you would recognize because you've killed a few of these and almost got eaten by one at the Goblin Place.
Dusty?
Yes?
Why?
Jeff?
Okay.
This is Betsy. She's nice. I give her a scritch. Is this gonna scare you like Feel Metal does?
No, I'm just remembering the fact that we had to kill a few of these things.
I mean, we kill people too a lot. That disturbs me. They look like me.
I mean, that's fair enough. Just be careful with that thing.
That's what the second part of my day is gonna go towards.
Does Fennec see you riding the warg?
You'd probably see me
I'm
eye
assuming
level
you guys
with
are meeting
Gwil-
up, yeah.
You'd probably see me eye level with Gwilrick, and just like, cause the crowd I'm guessing is very packed.
Yeah, they're like moving around you. I mean, wargs are large-sized creatures.
So you just see a very tall Dusty and going, what the fuck?
Fenix is just like, can I pet her?
Yes, it's, you can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pet the dog.
Give me the animal handling check.
I'm +7. Rip.
Okay. The warg seems very hesitant at your touch, but eventually you're able to get like a small, soft pet in.
Fenix is like, she's so cute.
Keep in mind, wargs are not cute.
Yes, Fenix thinks it's cute.
Yeah.
They are giant. They're ugly looking.
Ugly is
Very bestial.
subjective.
Cute is subjective.
They have snouts that can be petted. That makes them cute.
That is what
Yeah.
a warg looks like in the art channel.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Giant, big row of teeth and everything.
That's cute. I'm sorry.
It's just
Go
a,
pet that dog.
I mean, dude,
Smaller
it's
folk are so weird.
it's just a shaved Irish wolfhound.
Yep. All right.
I
Eventually,
love her.
Malark and Sally meet back up with you guys. Sally has like 4 bags bulging of bringing them things.
Man, she has a high strength score.
Malark
I think they made
has
more money than us.
Malark would have a tattoo.
What's the
Nice
tattoo?
ink.
What's the
Yeah,
tat-
thanks. It's one of the magical ones.
Oh,
What does it do?
Well, I can cast the jump spell now.
that's useful.
Interesting.
Granted, it's once a day, but it lasts for a while, so it's good enough.
Well, given how your spear skills work, I guess that would help with your damage output.
Oh, absolutely. I would be able to fall from a very great height and pierce people and kill them very easily.
Yep.
It has a new cool little amulet, which by the way, is it attunement, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. I should like to keep track of how many things I'm attuned to.
Yep. You can reference the magical attunement cheat that I have in the rules. It's under core rules. Here you go. Show the players.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a neck one right now, I assume.
Yep. It would be a neck.
And I'm guessing the cloak occupies the shoulders.
Yes, it does. And the vestments would be technically fall under like chest or body, something like that. So
The glamour robes, you're saying?
yeah. They're like a clothing, like a shirt would be, is how I'm ruling it. So, not armor.
Just curious, what does the cloak of protection look like?
It is a simple green cloak with a hood. Doesn't look fancy. Looks very unfancy, actually.
Kind of clash
Oh.
with my choice of colors for the glamour robes, but whatever.
Oh, yes, it does.
All right. Well, I was planning on saving up to buy a gilded flower, but I will have to save up some more now because I bought this.
What is it?
It will help me heal you better.
That's certainly a good buy.
That's what I figured. Seeing as how last fight went, might be helpful.
I decided to take a note from Charles' book, and I show the cloak. That should help me not get hit quite as often, I hope.
Nice.
You guys saw mine.
All right. You know, Gulric, you should get one of those magic things that help when you're not wearing armor.
I mean, that's what this is.
Yes, but there's more of them too that help with that.
I mean, it won't do me much good to have multiples of them.
But it will.
But what are you talking about?
There's rings, those cuff things. You know the I don't know what they're called. They those do things. Maybe that's what they're called. I don't know. I don't know Arma. Things I don't know.
I'm just working with what I can get my hands on here. Certainly couldn't afford any armors that are thicker than my hide without being too heavy.
Very well. By the way, could I have studded leather here?
I mean, you're better off buying it at a normal store for base price.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, anything that's a normal player's handbook item, you can just buy.
Can druids wear studded leather? They're not technically metal, is it?
I mean, you can get bone studded.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to look for some more armor yet. Did anyone else need to do any more shopping outside of the bazaar?
That's a good question.
Well, we can wrap up the session here.
Yep. Can I go look for an employee first?
Yeah, you can message me and do that
Okay.
in DMs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of sucks that Hugo wasn't here.
Yeah.
But
did he say he wasn't making it, or what's going on?
I don't know. He didn't message me anything. I'm assuming he's having internet problems, but it's fine. Today wasn't like I said, an important session or anything like that. It was just more shopping.
Shopping episode.
Yeah.
Who wants to ride on Betsy with me? Well, I think only Phoenix can, unless we shrink Rorik.
How much would studded leather cost?
It's in the 5e thing. It is. Give me a second here. 45 gold pieces.
Can I buy a set of those?
Yeah.
Would it be cheaper if I trade in my current leather?
If you want to do that, that's gonna be different. Just message me if you want to try a trade.
Okay, I'll try and trade for sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can end the episode here, Dusty.
Okay, ending it now.
Cool. Yeah.